Hi, I'm Fairzane. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm a consultant and I do investing, advising, and educating early stage startups. It's been wonderful to meet the coaches here and also the teams. I think one of the biggest strengths that I've observed from the coaches is that most of them appear to be very familiar with the concept of business modeling and business model canvas, and the types of questions that they've been asking have been very, very thorough, and that they've required some really good, deep discussion between us when it comes to answers.
Okay. Ivy Schultz, Director, Entrepreneurship, Columbia School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. I think I've been really impressed by the energy we have in the room. Everyone has been happy, has been engaged and paying attention. I think that the concepts are clear and there's not a lot of new concepts, but I think that discovering the nuance in training and the nuance in helping startups across different ecosystems is where we can have some really interesting conversations with this group. So I'm excited to see how we will work together.
Great.
Hi, I'm John Kamissis. I'm a professor of electrical engineering at Columbia University in the School of Engineering and Applied Science. And I've been very impressed by the depth of the ecosystem. I mean, a lot of folks have come here. And as Ivy mentioned, I think the conversation's been very interesting because we can also learn about the differences in the Senegalese system. And I think also a number of the folks know each other, but a lot of them don't. And I think there's already been the formation of a number of new relationships that will really help strengthen the infrastructure. There are folks that do training, there are folks that do funding, there are some folks involved with the universities and the government, and bringing all of those together, I think, is another strength that this program has. Yeah, so I think that there are a number of strengths to having an international program. You know, Senegal is a relatively small country, but it's part of a very large network in North Africa of countries that speak French and Arabic. And I think having that integration, particularly with the Tunisian infrastructure, which is really quite well developed, will help bring in resources that you may not have natively, particularly opportunities for external exposure, customers, and funding that go across that ecosystem. And I think having the team from Tunisia is a real key element to helping tie that all together.
All right, well, I think we're going to have similar answers. The strength of the network has, since we started working with the OST program, I think it's been apparent that as the network grows, there are exponential effects and benefits because it only takes one or two connections to, find a new market or a new customer or bridge a gap that's missing. I would also say that there's just a confidence gained from the more presentations you do or the more people you meet who are from a different country, and you realize that it's really important to be able to communicate your idea no matter where somebody is from so that they understand the significance and they might have a connection for you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, is that good? So I would say probably one of them is just, absolutely, this is, Senegal-centric program, and I think as we move into a just more of a global economics and global world, it is really, being able to think as, locally here, but then how is the impact and how do you scale in a global way? And then just on a personal basis, I think, our experience is that we can, if someone feels about, and this is just my personal experience and some of the folks that we've taught in other countries, is that sometimes they feel that Western countries such as the US or Western Europe have, because of the more resources that are available, might have some unfair advantages when it comes to that. And I actually like to highlight that at the end of the day, we're humans, and the methodology is the methodology that we're teaching. And if you're willing to go through that process, you can get past those, just resource intensive, advantages that some other countries might have, and not only get to the market, but get to the market faster than some of the countries that might have all the resources that are available to them, but they're just not using metrics and the scientific method to get down to what a solid business and commercial market is.
Great. So I'd say the best advice is to just get started. There are lots of opportunities for programs that don't require you to have built anything. They don't require you to have quit your job. They don't require you to have graduated. And there are a lot of opportunities to start to hone your ideas and to work on your skills. And there's no need to wait for that. No matter what stage you're at, a lot of the groups that are here today offer these programs, and highly recommend engaging with some of them and using that as an on-ramp and a starting point.
All right. So my advice would be to be memorable and follow up with your connections. A lot of teams are making impressions here with people who are interested in helping them. So follow up with the connections that you make, because you never know what kind of opportunities you can find.
Just really quick and short, and I think this applies globally, because again, at the end of the day, customers are humans. Make sure that your company and your service and your product is serving a need of a specific customer. If this is about you and your ego, chances are you won't do as well. If this is about a group of people with a big need that you're solving for, there's a much better chance of you being able to solve the puzzle of a business model.